In this video, we'll show you how to clean your Necta Kalea or Necta Kalea Plus coffee machine without stress or guesswork. I'm Claire from BlackStag. We help employers look good and employees feel great by bringing barista-style coffee to the workplace. If you're after great coffee and even better service, we'll get to you fast and keep your coffee flowing. So we're going to start with the daily and weekly steps for cleaning your Necta Kalea and Kalea Plus coffee machine. We're very lucky this day and age with the touch screens has made it easier than ever before. So with a fresh milk machine, we need to ensure that we're going to do a daily rinse of the milk line and the milk frother, very important. And we'll also be doing the rinse of the brew unit where the coffee's brewed and the mixer bowls where the hot chocolate is mixed in for your mochachinos and hot chocolates. To get started with the daily functions, we click on the menu. On the Kalea and most of the Necta range, you have the raindrop here, okay? You can do a complete clean or each one in its area. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to clean all the functions. Okay, this is a daily clean, so I'm just going to run a rinse without the tablet. Now I've got a little my cleaning supplies here. I do love to use a few products. So when we do our tablet cleans, we'll be using the Cafetto end-head tablets. And what I like about these is that they're really small and easy to dissolve so that you can actually use them every day. I'm just going to pop them up there for later. I also like to use the Cafetto MFC Blue Milk Line Cleaner. And what I like about this is that it's in liquid form, which removes the need for dissolving tablets into water before you get started. See, and I've just got a couple of milk bottles filled with water, which will help me with my clean. But I'm going to put this tub under the nozzle when we're getting started as well. So I'm going to put this there now. Okay, we're going to go into the rinse. So I'm going to start the cleaning process. This is just the rinse. Okay, so you can check the progress and it's going to go through rinsing. Now we've got water coming out of the coffee part of the machine. So this is the brewer rinse. Now I can hear it rinsing the mixer bowl for the hot chocolate. And that's just the daily rinse. At the end of the week or a particular day of the week, you will also need to do the cleaning with the tablets, which is the weekly clean. Now, if you have an office with a large number of staff, you may like to do this every day. So we're going to go back to the raindrop, back into the complete cleans cycle that we're going to do cleaning. Do you want to start the cleaning process? It does sometimes ask you if you want to do energy saving at end. I'd recommend only doing that if it is you want the machine to go to sleep for the weekend. So it's actually asking me to remove the drip tray to start this one. So I'm going to take this out by removing it like this for cleaning and then remove and empty the solid waste. So this is how you pull the solid waste. So this is the coffee grounds. So we're going to pull those out. And we're going to take those away and empty them. They're empty at the moment, so I'm actually going to reinsert this. The machine knows when the drip tray and the grounds container have been removed and reinserted. So reinsert drip tray. Now it's asking us to insert detergent into the brewer via the chute or open the door. So in the top there is a powder chute. I'm just going to open that. This is where we are going to put our tablet. Now, one of the reasons I use a tablet also is if you put a powder down there, you can actually make other drinks, other coffees through there in some of the models of this machine. So it says to place a chute. I just use a tablet so that it doesn't touch the sides, drops straight into the brewer. Now I'm going to click OK. I'm just going to put my cleaning container back in place. Remove, chute or close the door. I've already closed my door. Click OK. Place a container with at least 4 litres. This is an 8-litre container. But one thing that I do like about it with this adjustable spout is that if you put it down a little bit, your container can't slip off. This fits really nicely onto the machine, and I recommend you grab one from your local hardware store. Remove the milk container. So in the fridge, we are going to remove our milk. I've already removed that, and we are going to replace it water and cleaning solution. Now, I talked about the cleaning solution before. With the Cafetto cleaner, we use 25 mils for half a litre. Now, I'm just going to unscrew that a little bit and put it up to here. Now, with the Necta machines, they backfill water into your cleaning container. So you don't have to have any water in it to start off with. I do have a little bit of water, but I've got a large capacity, so we're not going to overflow. Here we go. Got my milk cleaner. Just need to make sure that the hose is long enough that it goes all the way into the bottom. Okay, let's get started. Okay. Insert cleaning container with the detergent. Yes. The dosage I just talked about, and now it's starting. Okay. This has 10 cycles and probably takes around about 10 minutes. So I'm just going to go away and do something else and come back when it's finished. Okay, and now remove the cleaning container. Push the nozzle up high. Clean the milk pipe, so we just gave it a quick wipe, reinsert the milk, and voila, that's our clean. So that took about 15 minutes, and that is your weekly rinse with the tablet. Now, there's a couple of extra bits that we need to clean to make sure that everything is really clean, and to do that, I'm going to open the machine. There's a little flap at the top. Now, the door has got quite a strong magnet. Open the door inside, and we're going to clean the mixer bowl full of the hot chocolate, and also I'm going to show you how to remove and clean the milk frother part. So with the Necta machines, the green tabs indicate things that can be moved, I guess, by humans. So I'm going to open this, and I'm going to remove the mixer bowl. Wiggle, wiggle. I'm just going to remove the pipe off the end. The first time you're getting used to this, what I would recommend is take a photo of how the machine was before you started, and that'll help you get familiar if you're unsure of how to put things back together, or keep the manual handy. With any of the mixer bowls, they usually come into 3 parts. I'm going to take this away and clean it. So I'm going to open there for cleaning, and this part here also pops off. You can find there's a bit of chocolate inside there, and that will get quite gunked up with chocolate. If you do not clean this from periodically or rinse it regularly, you will get clogs, and that can overflow inside your machine. So you definitely don't want that to happen. Okay, so now we're going to put the mixer bowl back in, and we're going to reconnect the hose. Now, this can be a little bit of a tight fit, and you definitely don't want to have wet hands while you're doing it. Then with the square part, we look for the hole, and we line up the water tube and push it back in, and then lock it in place with the green tab. So you just need to make sure that the hot water has connected there as well. So that's your mixer bowl back in place. Now I'm just going to remove the milk frother parts for cleaning. We've already done a milk rinse, so this is probably completely clean, but from time to time we do need to check. So to do that, you put the spout all the way down. You can remove from the back, pull from the back, and remove the milk frother parts. Now there's a few tricks here. There's a little white tab in the bottom that's holding everything in place. We just get the hose here and pull it forward, and it releases the coffee grounds part out of the way. Now you can remove off this and rinse all of these parts as well, but today I'm just focused on the milk frother, and these nozzles also come out for cleaning. So we're going to push that back slightly and then pull up on the milk tubes to lift that, and we can remove this part of the milk frother for cleaning. Then move the blue parts. And this part here, the milk frother, can come off and be washed. Remove the hose off the side and the top, and they are numbered A and B, so you can remember which one went where. Now this comes apart for cleaning. Now if you have any milk residue in there, you'll want to remove this. It actually comes into 3 parts, and you might want to do this if you haven't been keeping up with your daily rinses and there's some calcium has started to build up. Okay, I'm just putting it back together because it's nice and clean after our rinse. Now I'm going to put the pipes back on. So in this case, my A tube was on the side and then my B on the top. 1, 2. Okay, and that's our milk frother, and that sits inside these blue parts. So we are going to put that back in here. Actually, I'm going to reinsert it down the back and then pop that in there. And milk spout goes with the little hooks to the front. Sits in place, and then that sits in there. And then there's a little silver tab, metal tab here. The milk frother slides just underneath that when everything's in the correct position. So I'm just fiddling to get it in place. Can be just a little bit fiddly, and then we're going to put the coffee nozzles and hold them down, and then move that locks into place, and we can put our cover back on when everything is working. There, it's finally popped on. Can be a little bit fiddly the first few times, that's for sure. Okay, now I'm going to pop the cover back on. Everything's beautifully clean. And before we shut the door, we just do a check over. If coffee comes down, it's going to go into the brewer. If the chocolate comes down, it's going through the mixer bowl, and you really want to make sure that you've put that tube back on. Otherwise, you'll get water and hot chocolate through the machine, and it'll be a bit of a clean-up job. Same thing with the hoses on the mill. Everything's back, and now we can shut the door. There we go. So that is the cleaning steps for the Necta Kalea. And the Kalea S, you will have the steam wand on the side, which you can give it a wipe and a steam to clear any residue and just keep it really nice and clean. Need help or a supply top up? Hit the link in the description and we'll send everything you need to keep your machine running like new.